Well, little brother, you got her done. Here we go. On behalf of Caroline and Bruce, I would like to welcome you to this joyous occasion. I am Bruce's favorite brother. You keep saying that. Maybe not the smartest, but the best looking, of course. Since their engagement, I've been bugging him to be the pastor dude. He never replied. Since I have this opportunity, this is what I would have said. Love is a bi-directional linear equation. Before it can extend vertically to God, it must be first experienced horizontally with one another. Don't complain that this makes human relationships more fundamental than divine ones. Apparently God intended it to be this way. The covenant with Him is an extension of the covenant with another. This kind of faith is not mysterious. It is the nuts and bolts of the day-to-day living with each other. The experience of trauma is resolved in forgiveness, validating the other's personality and the give and take of grace. It is the willingness to let go of my way in order to walk together. The intimacy of the life is discovered in the act of self-abandonment. Do you want to know God? Do you want to feel His presence? Do you long for His embrace? Then what are you doing with the one He put next to you? In spite of the fact that our Western world is a world of measurement, we constantly pretend that love is the great mystery. 29 areas of compatibility do not make us fall in love. Chemistry isn't to be measured. Chemistry isn't the whole answer. We think love is a fundamental poet, a kind of rapturous delight that can't be measured. Is love measured, or is it organic, or something else? In Hebrew, love is glue. It is the stickiness of bonded commitment that it shows up in the most ordinary things of life. Like, for instance, don't try to fix my distress. Just put your arms around me. Help me whenever you can. You don't have to ask for permission. Put aside your self-absorption and turn your attention to me. Forgive me quickly and fully. Show me that you can be trusted. Do what you say you will do. Lift up my countenance with surprise. Shine upon me and give me peace. Listen to my feelings, not my words. So I'm supposed to remind you guys all not to forget to sign the computerized guest book. When,
make it in here? It's still in the hallway. Okay.
It's still in the hallway. Is it working now?
Yeah.
It is? Okay, good. So if you haven't done it, please do so. So now I'd like to introduce the head table. We have Laurie McCullen. We have Rodney Stawn. And of course my baby brother Bruce. And we have Caroline. And we have Brianna, fuel brand. Did I got that right? And my sister-in-law, Sandra Toews. We will now have Milton Oat, rhymes with our oat now. It rhymes with the Oh yeah, and Caroline says the glasses are to be taken home, right?
Yeah, these little coat glasses are
Well, Bruce and I have something in common. I'm going to roast him now. Because there's going to be an open microphone, so all of you better get your thoughts ready. Bruce and I have something in common. We're both blind. Bruce and I have something in common. We both had a long-distance relationship. He had the internet, so did I. He got married in North Dakota, but I got married in Hawaii, and I took my wife, who is here, to Hawaii, and we moved here. Now, Bruce is going to take Caroline. He's going to take her to Canada. So we have some things in common. We had a long-distance relationship, a couple of years, me and my wife, and so did Bruce and Caroline. I've been asked to bless the food this evening, so if you take a moment now to pray with me. Our Father in heaven, we thank you, Lord Father, for this wonderful day that we can celebrate together the blessing, the uniting, and the union of Bruce and Caroline. We ask now, Lord, you also bless the time for all the friends to celebrate with them. Bless the food that we're about to receive. Bless it to the body, the nourishment of our bodies. For we thank you. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. So we'll have start our meal now. We'll have first we take head table. Oh, if I do miss it. So there's a muscle bar with all the fixings. All right, so we'll have the head table. Oh, you want to eat away?
There's sour cream.
And then you want the cheese sauce?
Yes, on the chips. On top of the
Circle around this way. Come this way.
good idea.
I think there is something like I know.
Oh, yeah. The camera's ran and then videotape. It looks great.
Carolyn, why she Caroline? Sorry, little sister. I asked Caroline why she wanted to get married to Bruce. She said that she wanted to, or she wanted to be able to pick the person that would annoy her for the rest of her life. So now we'll have a toast to Caroline from Brianna.
I didn't think I'd gone first. All right.
The podium is right there, sorry.
Sorry, me, Marty.
I have to do the... Bruce can hear.
I got 2 microphones. Okay. So I'm actually quite privileged because I have been friends with Bruce and Caroline. And because of that, 9 years ago, well, almost 9 years ago, Bruce called me out on Skype while he was talking to Caroline and said, "Could you do me a favor?" And I said, "Well, what would that be?" "Would you let Caroline stay with you when she comes up to visit me at Christmas?" Kind of put on the spot, but that was okay. Caroline, I know you're a cat person. How do you feel about dogs? Because I just got a guide dog infection. Well, that would be okay. I think, what was it, the first or second morning Snickers woke you up?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, well, Snickers woke her up by sticking her nose in your face. And that Christmas, I got to introduce Caroline to many things. One of them was her first time of having fries with gravy, which she never had. And I was a little bit nervous actually when Caroline was coming. I didn't know who this girl was, other than on Skype. But over the last 9 years, we've gotten to know each other very well. And I have to say, she is one of the most caring, funny, and most tolerant people I know. Because she's good at me. It wasn't even putting up with Bruce that makes her tolerant, putting up with me. But I do want to thank you for letting me become your friend and sharing your day with you. And I hope that everybody will raise their glasses for a toast to Caroline.
And now I get to drink some, right?
I also asked Bruce what he thought about marriage. Bruce said it was a very expensive way to get your laundry done. Bruce from Lori.
Yeah.
26 years ago, I got to meet this lunatic, Bruce, at Winnebago College. And he was terrorizing, as he always did, a young lady named Kelly. And shortly thereafter, I was asked if he could carpool my vehicle to go to Winnebago College back and forth. And him and I both agreed that we were going to be stuck with each other for a long time. in the last 9 years, I have watched one of my best friends become more of a man. And I have been blessed to watch how Caroline has completed Bruce. And I have watched how Bruce has become more confident and has become more stronger as an individual, especially in the last 2-3 years. And I thank God for the incredible growth that I've seen with my best friend. So raise your glasses to Bruce Toews.
He's got manhunting laundry.
There we go.
Bruce was a very talented guy. He was a big-time storyteller. So we will now have him tell us a story. Okay.
Wait, what?
He's got a story.
I got a story.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Once upon a time, there was But one day, Mama said there just wasn't room anymore for the 3 little pigs, and they'd have to go out on their own. So they went out into the big, wide world to make their fortunes. Now, the first little pig wasn't very smart. He built himself a house out of straw. That's not very strong, is it? Well, as it happens, he was in his straw house one time, watching Jeopardy, and all of a sudden, there was a knock at the door. Do you know who it was? Nope, it was an insurance man. Well, once he got rid of him, he went back to watching Jeopardy, and all of a sudden, there was another knock at the door. Do you know who it was? That's right, it was the big, bad wolf. And the wolf said, little pig, let me come in. The pig said, not by the hair of my chin. And so the wolf said, in that case, I'll drink some Coke, and I'll burp, and I'll burp, and I'll burp your house down. And so the wolf drank 2 liters of Coke. And all of a sudden, and crash! Crash, that's kind of straw doesn't make that much noise. But the house came falling down, and the little pig ran away to his brother's house. Now, his brother was a little bit smarter, and he built his house out of wood. So, one evening, the 2 pigs were together, watching Corner Gas, and all of a sudden there was a knock at the door. Do you know who it was? Nope. It was an insurance man. So they got rid of him, and they went back to watching Corner Gas. All of a sudden, there was another knock at the door. Do you know who it was? That's right, it was the wolf. Yep, he said, little pigs, let me come in. And the pig said, not by the hair of my chin. And the wolf said, in that case, I'll drink some Coke, and I'll burp, and I'll burp, and I'll burp your house down. And so he drank 4 liters of Coke. Ran to their brother's house. Now the third pig was the brains of the bunch. He had built himself a house out of brick. That's a lot smarter, isn't it? Well, the 3 pigs were together in their new brick house, and they were watching, Star Trek, I think it was. And they were drinking hot chocolate and having a grand old time. And there was a knock at the door. Do you know who it was? That's right, it was the insurance company. And there was another knock at the door. Do you know who it was this time? No, it was the Avon lady. Well, they And he got back to Star Trek, and Captain Kirk was just about to save the ship again when there was another knock at the door. And the pig said, "No, all these visitors today, this is ridiculous." And he's thinking to himself, "Boy, those pigs sound just like my friend, the Avon lady." And the came again. All right, who is it? This time, do you know who it was? Yeah, it was the wolf. And he said, little pigs, let me come in." And the three pigs said, "No, shoo. And the wolf said, "Gee, this is so predictable." And the pig said, "I know what you're going to say." And the wolf said, "Yep, I'll drink some Coke, and I'll burp your house down." So the wolf drank 6 liters of Coke. And he burped. Nothing happened. So the wolf went to the bathroom and came back and drank 6 more liters. Nothing happened. So he crawled onto the roof of the house and he started climbing down the chimney. Now remember I told you the pigs are drinking hot chocolate? Well, they had this big pot of boiling water just below the chimney, but the wolf didn't know this. He couldn't smell the hot chocolate because he was a chain smoker, and chain smokers are super sense of smells. But he came crawling down the chimney, and his tail got into the pot of water, and he came running up the chimney, which is quite a stretch, and I never saw him again. The insurance man came back, the Avon lady came back, but the wolf was never seen again.
What's next? How many places?
Yeah, I will set it up because it's,
I can do it, I don't know which word it is.
So Caroline is going to set up the guest audio readings right now.
Before we open it up for the rest of you all to tell terrifying, horrible stories about us, because we've gotten to know people from all over the world because of the internet. So many people, so many friends have been around from the beginning, from literally, the UK, New Zealand, whatever. So we've got a lot of people who sent in readings in advance so that we can play them at the open mic since they couldn't be here. So just kind of indulge us a little bit. We'll do this, and then you guys get your chance. So,
Can you guys hear that?
Yes. To be a part of it. And the way Caroline and I thought we'd do it is to allow them to set it for you. So we did good. And I have to say we got some very wonderful readings from some wonderful people. So I think the best way to do this, by and large, is to go in the order that these things were received. So we start off with a man named Michael Godan from Vancouver. He's the host of a radio program on the internet called Treasure Island Open. And I've been listening to the show from the beginning of 1997, and Caroline has joined in more recently. But we are big fans of Michael and of the show, and we're very grateful that Michael has kept us in this agreement.
Hi, Caroline and Bruce. It's Michael Godan from Treasure Island Holdings. Just wanted to say hi and wish you both all the very best on your wedding today. It's been so nice to see your relationship develop, and having known you for so many years, Bruce, and in more recent years, Caroline, and as part of the Treasure Island Holdings chapter, it's been wonderful to see your relationship grow and develop. I wish you all the very best in your wedding together and your life together, and from everybody in the chat room and all the listeners worldwide, congratulations and a happy, happy life together. Caroline. one of my biggest radio influences was an American comedy radio show called The Dr. Demento Show. I had two of my own songs played on that show, for which I was immensely proud. And I'm also immensely proud that Dr. Demento himself has given Caroline and me the following wonderful audio greeting. The doctor is in. Why, you Toews? This is Dr. Demento with that music and crazy comedy and some great news. Hey, Bruce and Caroline are getting married. Congratulations to you both, and don't forget to. Next up was a dear friend of ours, Shannon Reese from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Shannon has been a huge encouragement for Caroline and me during the entire, almost 9 years now of our relationship. And thank you so much, Shannon, for giving us the following wonderful greeting.
To Bruce and Caroline on your special day. This is Shannon in Nevada. I am really sorry that I cannot be at the wedding. I certainly plan to. But just know that I will be there in spirit. And I will be thinking of you and sending prayers for a wonderful life together and a wonderful day. Many of your friends, me included, have been waiting a very long time to see this day come to fruition. And the fact that it has, since you will be hearing this after the marriage ceremony, is very important to many of us for a lot of reasons. You two have overcome a lot to be together. You two have given up a lot and made some monumental life changes to be together. And I think that takes a certain kind of love and determination, maybe more than many people who embark on marriage understand. But I think you two do understand it. And if you don't, you need to, because you're not only getting married and combining households and money and lives, but you're also, one of you is moving to a different country, and that's a big experience and a big thing. So just know that you have the thoughts and supports and prayers of many people around the world, me among them. I thank you, Bruce, for letting me talk to you about some things that I really can't talk to a lot of other people about. For being a good Christian example. And for being a very wonderful friend, even when I probably don't deserve it. And Caroline, you are always so willing to help and tease Bruce and make him laugh and you help your friends. I just love seeing you guys together. And so thank you for being you, Caroline. May God bless and keep you and be with you both on this journey that you are embarking on. And may your lives together be full of love, laughter, happiness, good food, Coca-Cola, and ketchup. Ketchup?
Got your ketchup. Yeah.
Next up is Anna Dresner. Anna and I and Caroline have known each other for a long time. We in fact used to work on the same internet radio project together. And Anna gives us the following wonderful greeting.
Congratulations, Bruce and Caroline. I hope you have a fantastic wedding, a wonderful honeymoon, and just every happiness you can imagine. I love you both.
And speaking of the internet radio project that Anna and I and Caroline worked on together, the head of that radio project was a man in New Zealand named Jonathan Mosen, who graciously says the following wonderful greeting.
My name is Jonathan Mosen. I'm from New Zealand, and it's been my privilege to have worked with Caroline and Bruce for many years. I'm so thrilled that they're finally tying the knot at last, although I have to say, marriage is a fantastic institution that blind people have been trying to get out of institutions for years. He's okay to love and laughter, patience and tolerance, and just supporting one another, which is what it's all about. My wife Bonnie and I wish you both all the very, very best.
Both Caroline and I have known Brian Hartson in the UK for quite some time now. Among other things, we all worked in that same internet radio project together. Boy, were a lot of friends made from that. In recent years, I've also come to know Brian's wife Lulu very well, and I consider both of them to be very dear friends. I really appreciate from them the following wonderful audio greeting.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Toews. This is Lulu Hartson,
And I'm Brian Houcher.
and we just wanted to take a minute to wish you a wonderful wedding day and a long and happy life together. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Does it all feel a bit dreamlike at the moment? I know it did on our wedding day. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, I really do, and I'm sure that you're going to have a wonderful life together.
Absolutely. Well, we just want to wish you all the very best in the world. We're just so pleased to be able to be with you. We will be with you. We'll have the champagne on ice and we'll be drinking a glass of your health and happiness. And we're so pleased to be able to be with you on your wedding day. And we wish you all the very best in the world for your life together to come. And thank you for this idea because it was great, wasn't it?
It really was, and we're really sorry that Mrs. Miller couldn't do the duty.
So we don't want that. Anyway, take care of yourselves both and enjoy the rest of the day and the start of your life together.
I've been out nursing Caroline, and we hope there was Coke on the menu.
Absolutely.
Back in California, it's been another long time encouraging to both Caroline and me on Twitter. And so we both really appreciate this message of encouragement from Peggy and her husband Dan. Now, Sweetie mentioned this message is the family dog.
Hello, Caroline and Bruce. This is Peggy, and I have Dan sitting here next to me. His mouth is full of ice cream. Sweetie like me around. She was wishing her mouth was full of ice cream. Anyway, I just wanted to take a minute and wish you guys a wonderful marriage. I hope yours is as happy as ours has been. Sounds like you guys are already best friends, and I pray that continues and grows as you guys go through life together. Time to kill each other properly, pass those moments to the love. Try to see the other person's point of view instead of defending your own. It's a wonderful thing to have a companion to go through life with. And then, is there any words of wisdom that can come from your ice cream filled mouth? What? You didn't get it after all these years. You like that? You're going to try that? Oh, okay. I did it for the first 32 years. You can do it for the next 32 years. There you go. Now I can keep back. Anyway, wishing you guys a wonderful, wonderful wedding day. And more importantly, I mean, the wedding day is just a day of a wonderful life together. And I guess that's all. Do you have anything to say? No, she's waiting for food. That's Sweetie's contribution. Always wait for food. All right. God bless, guys. Hi, Bruce and Caroline. This is Miranda Borca, and I wanted to wish you congratulations on your very special day. Caroline, I remember getting to know you first at the ACB convention in 2007, and also when you came to visit me and Andy in Michigan not long after that. Some of the memories that stand out to me, especially when we were at the convention together, include going to Panera with the GPS, going to karaoke, of course doing academy training our dinner at the Spaghetti Factory. And Bruce, even though I haven't had a chance to meet you in person, I've enjoyed our conversations and meeting you as well. I wish you many wonderful years of marriage together that include Coke, ketchup, mushrooms,
Mushrooms.
Congratulations.
I believe this day has finally come. It's finally come for you too, and I'm so happy. I wish I could be there with you, but I'm with you virtually, sitting probably on my phone at this point, and listening to all of this and celebrating, and going to find me a good piece of cake of my own to celebrate with. Maybe have some sparkling grape juice as well. But I'm so happy that you guys are joining in a union together today. Bruce, my friend, you've helped me through so many tough moments the last, man, I've known you for 7 years now. 7 years. And you were there when I was at the lowest of lows and being able to help me through different situations. I so appreciate that. And Caroline, you've been the same. And you've done the same. And just you two as an entity has just been a rock that I know I can always turn and lean on because I know you guys will always be there. And when I need to write or need to get something off my chest, be a confidant, both of you have been so loyal, been so awesome with that. I wish you guys the best. I hope this is everything that you've wanted it to be and needed to be. And I love you guys so much. And may you have many years of marital bliss. Greetings, Bruce and Caroline. This is Jerry Chimelli from Edmonton, Alberta. I met Bruce and Caroline back in 2007 when I was the product manager at Humanware for the Victor Reader line of talking book players. At the time, I was recruiting beta testers to help Humanware in the development of their talking book players and software upgrades. I'm proud to say that for all the years I worked with Humanware and the Victor Reader, Bruce and Caroline were a dynamic duo of beta testers and provided very good feedback to help us in product development. Now that I'm retired, I still feel very lucky to count Bruce and Caroline as good friends. They've been a dynamic team working on technical things, and I know now that they cement their teamwork as partners in marriage, they will continue to support each other throughout their lives. Caroline and Bruce, I wish I could be there in person, but in my absence, I offer this audio congratulations for many happy years to come. All the best.
Now last but very certainly not least, I'd like to introduce to you Earl and Muriel Monaco. These are my new parents-in-law. Now due to health reasons, unfortunately, they are not able to physically be here today. But we're pleased to hear their voices, and they have been a wonderful reading by telephone. Thank you very much, both of you, for welcoming me to your family, and thank you very much for being a part of our day. Bye, in this manner. And so to all of you who gave us audio greetings, and to all of you who would have liked to but weren't able to do so, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate you being a part of our special day by contributing your greeting to us. And to all of you here in the fellowship hall who sat through this rotation, like thank you as well. We really wanted to include the voices of some of the people who have made such a difference to us over the years, and we appreciate your allowing us to do so. God bless all of you, and thank you so much.
No, that's
Bruce said, oh, sorry. Scared myself. Bruce wasn't just a storyteller, he was also a rock and roll singer. So we're going to have one of his rock and roll hits coming up.
I deny all knowledge of this.
Going to the hilltop every day. Ride my toboggan so you can see me crash right into a tree. My toboggan, crash, bang, crash. My toboggan, crash, crash, bang, crash, crash. My toboggan, crash, bang, crash. Oh, my toboggan almost hit a rock tonight. It's only in the winter, sure is fun, but the fun really starts when the day is done. Take my toboggan out of the shed, straight to the doctor to bend my head. My toboggan, crash, my toboggan, crash, crash, bang, crash, crash. My toboggan, crash, bang, crash. Oh, my toboggan, there, let it stand rock tonight. Snow down the hill so fast, hoping that I won't need another cast. Remember it's here around that bend, before my life may come to a sudden end. So when you see me coming down that hill, you're sure that you've made out your will. Man, summer in the winter isn't sure it's fine. I wish I could think of a good rhyme. You're my toboggan. My toboggan, crash, bang, crash. My toboggan just hit that rock tonight. Whoa, 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 whoa. My toboggan really hit that rock tonight.
I mean, old mic now, so. What? You guys want to roast him here?
Oh, I just got nothing but nice things to say first.
Well, I would imagine you would only have nice things to say.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations, you guys. Carolyn, welcome to the family.
Bye.
Did I pronounce that right? Right?
Caroline, yes.
Thank you.
Can I ask that as you guys talk, that you introduce yourselves for the people that don't know who you are, please?
Yeah, I was just going that way. But thanks for reminding me anyways. My name is Brian Toews. I'm the second oldest brother. I guess Herb over here would be the oldest. So I'm second. I spent a fair bit of time with Bruce when we were younger, before I got my driver's. Oh, we went for some long walks, 4-mile walks sometimes or whatever. So we did a lot of walking back in those days. And you get to know something about people. I don't know, maybe not so much their likes. But one of the things that I remember the most, this probably sounds a little stupid, but it says one of the things that ticked him off the most is one of his biggest dislikes. Very often at that young age, people would come up to him, and strange people who hadn't talked to him before, and they wouldn't know what to say, and Bruce being blind and stuff like this, so they would come up with, they wanted to relate somehow. So they would try to bring something that they had, some kind of commonality or whatever you will. And so then they would introduce themselves to Bruce, and then they would often say stuff like, oh, I know somebody who's retarded too. And I would have to listen to this as we would go for our long walk. How stupid is this person? The two don't have anything to do with each other, right? So, but not to leave that undone, speaking of being somebody who's not all that bright always, I'm going to share a story that I've actually never shared before. I have a few stories, but this one I've actually never shared. When we were finished walking and I got my driver's, then me and Bruce would go for rides sometimes. He'd come in the pickup. We'd go to town, or we'd do this, or we'd do that, and so we would go for rides. And as you heard, Bruce is really, well, at least he thinks he is really good at singing and stuff. I mean, who can't burp up a My Toboggan song, right? He did. So when we would be driving, again, it was music related, it was really innocent and angelic and stuff. I think it was Amazing Grace. Is that the song, Bruce?
That's the one.
That's the one. You know where I'm going here, right?
I know where you're going. You're a version of the truth, if I understand
You done? No back talk, Bruce. I got the mic. So we're driving along, and the song is Amazing Grace. And we're, okay, honestly, he was teaching me, if I'm right, how to sing it properly. He was dissatisfied with the way I was doing it. And so, Amazing Grace in a pickup truck. Everything is very angelic. We got halos on our head. It's just very serene. Hope you got a good picture of this. Well, that picture came to an abrupt end when all of a sudden we're lit up by the RCMP. What the heck? So we stopped singing or whatever, and I didn't even have a chance to explain to Bruce what's going on here. One of the Mounties comes up to the side of the door and takes me out and puts me in the back of the RCMP car. And if you're okay, protect me from Bruce, thank you. And the other Mountie goes to the side of the door that was open where I had just got up. He starts yelling at Bruce, "Step out of the vehicle! Step out of the vehicle!" And I'm hearing this from the back seat of this cop car, and I'm telling the other Mountie, you got to stop him. He doesn't know what's going on or whatever. And then the Mountie looks at me. I says, he's blind. He looks at me again. Well, what kind of a blind person doesn't know what step out of the vehicle means? Oh, good point. He's not that bright. You gotta help him. So, you gotta look at this scene. I'm in the back seat of the car yelling with the other trooper, and Barney Fife is sitting there with one hand on the back, yelling at Bruce, "Step out of the vehicle! Now, step out of the vehicle!" Right? And I'm yelling to Roscoe B. Coltrane, "Stop him!" And Barney Fife won't give it a rest. Finally, Roscoe comes running out there or whatever, and tells the other guy to back off or whatever. The guy's, Bruce has got some kind of mental condition. I'm going, okay, phew. We got the conditions suppressed, everything's under control. I'm in the back seat being protected from Bruce. And Bruce has stopped resisting arrest, I think is what it was. He wouldn't get out of the vehicle. So, anyways, our halos are off by this time. So they take, and Caroline, you already said I do, so it's criminal element. It's too late. So they take us down to the jailhouse, right? And so Bruce is, well, he's pretty relaxed because I'm sure he's gone through this kind of stuff before. But we're in the jailhouse there, and the charge, before you think we're some kind of violent criminals, I think it was a misunderstanding. The whole issue with Barney Fife and Roscoe P. Coltrane, I think they were carried away. Charges were minimal, and I think it had more to do with Bruce resisting arrest than we're in the jailhouse, and then back in those days, you didn't credit card your way out of stuff. You had to pay cash or whatever, and we didn't have it, and Bruce is broke, so we got to call Dad up. Oh my goodness, this is going to be fun again. Yeah. So, but Dad was pretty good about it, wasn't he, Bruce? You made it home that night, I made it home that night, all was good, all was well. I got a little bit less of a worse of a reputation because of you. Caroline, crossing the border and stuff like this, when he says, "You ever been arrested?" and he goes, "No," don't go. You'll never get across, okay? Act stupid. Bruce knows how to do this. Prime example is, step out of the vehicle and just stay there like an idiot. Anyways, welcome to the family, Cameron. And thanks for giving me this time, Bruce. Honestly, I've never shared this story before. Today was a good day.
Never share it again.
Yeah.
You two turkeys must be the only two guys that ever got put in prison for saying how great thou art.
I do think I deserve a rebuttal.
Let's hear your side of the story, Bruce.
We're not allowed to have them.
No.
They told us that last night.
I do want to hear your version though.
Bruce is pretty much bang on, isn't it? Bruce, was that pretty close, that story?
No.
Oh.
It was a try, yes.
And it was amazing grace.
Oh, and Bruce was blind.
One thing I want to say though, just to get out of the vehicle, felt bad, bought me a Coke.
Hey, got it. I didn't finish the story, I guess.
You don't know how far I got.
My name's Eric Monaco. I'm Caroline's oldest and favorite brother. I'm here with my sisters Christina and Pam. I picked up this girl named Amy. She's come, and I've got these just some thoughts about Caroline. I lovingly refer to her when we were kids as Squid. Now squids have tentacles, and tentacles kind of they're out there and they feel things, and that's what Caroline would do with her hands, because with her hands she would feel things and she would hear things and she would explore these things. And it so reminded me of a squid that I naturally and lovingly named my sister Squid. And we were in Yellowstone, and Yellowstone is often visited by lots of Asian tourists. And Asian tourists love to eat squid. And there are quite a number because, it's this lovely, vast area with buffalo and fresh air, and they're taking pictures and pictures and pictures, and I kept saying, "Squid, squid, squid," and I got some very odd looks and very interesting reactions from people who typically eat squid. Caroline was always daring. My dad had a black station wagon, and Caroline could kind of see the vision of it, and we put it in the middle of the driveway, and we'd take her around on the skateboard, and then she got brave enough that she'd just get on the skateboard by herself, and she was never afraid. And we'd take her for bike rides, and we'd probably go faster than my mom would ever want to know about. Just And we could go to a relative's house where Caroline would never be and wouldn't be accustomed to, and she would have it walked out and felt out. Sorry, it wasn't a sexual thing. It was just, she would have it paced out. And become so familiar with it that she wouldn't be bumping into things. She had the commanding senses. She always has a wonderful sense of humor, and she's always been intelligent, which in our family is a pretty good thing. I say this to my neighbors in the north. Bruce, I'm Eric, and I'm your brother-in-law now. I always knew that there was a reason in the 6th grade I had to learn the metric system. They've been telling us for years here in America, and now, seriously, they're telling us again, it's time to learn the metric system, and now I know why. But I wish you two luck, and I love you both, and it's wonderful to be here.
Okay. My name's Christina Meyer, and I'm Caroline's older sister.
Louder.
Okay. Sorry. That's better.
We know you can be loud.
Okay. I know I'm embarrassed or shy, but so Caroline was adopted when she was 18 months, and so the first time I ever saw her, I just fell in love with her. I thought she was the cutest thing. She had a real curly, dark hair, and I just, couldn't handle having her away from me, and I was always protective of her. And we shared a room, and we kind of grew up together, and we had a lot of, we just did a lot of things together. I don't know.
Bunk beds.
Yeah, well, the bunk, yes. Yeah, we had our ups and downs, and, I tell on her, she'd tell on me. But, yeah, we did a lot of fun things together, but, yeah, we would tell on each other, and I would usually get in trouble, but that's all right. And she was away at school a lot, because she didn't live at home all the time, because she was in Janesville and things, so I liked it when she came home, but she started growing up, and she moved away, and everything, but she's really smart. She has a great sense of humor. She always lets you know exactly what she likes and what she doesn't, and she lets you know. But I'm really proud of Caroline, and I'm really happy for you, and congratulations, Caroline and Bruce, and hopefully Bruce and I will be able to talk, and we'll be able to Skype and maybe come visit, but congratulations.
There comes Sergeant. Hi, I'm Harv. I'm Bruce's next to oldest brother. I'm the good ones. I got no stories like Brian has to tell. But I do have one story about Bruce, and many of you will know this, but that he was on Sesame Street. And I'm not even sure what grade you were in, Bruce. What grade were you in on Sesame Street?
Grade 4.
Grade 4, going to West Park School. And so I think at that time I was in grade 9. And so the whole episode was that there was a school bus that came and brought him home from school after a bunch of filming and that, and they wanted to film him coming off the bus and coming onto the yard and doing some things once he got home from school. And being in grade 9, I really thought I was a little bit too cool to have to be on Sesame Street. So we borrowed our cousin. Our cousin came there. He was a couple of years younger than I was and was close to Bruce as well. And so he was the guy that came down and pretended to be his brother, I guess. But the interesting thing about that is so the way it worked was Bruce and Grant were cousins. They got off the bus, and then the bus would go past our yard, and that's where I got off, because I didn't want to be part of the filming part of it. And it was years later where Bruce found out that there was nothing wrong with me, he thought that the TV crews hadn't wanted me to be on the TV thing because of some kind of deformity that I had. And he was way too shy to ever ask if there wasn't any teeth to that. Never asked mom or dad if there was something wrong with ours. And truth be told, I was just too cool. I didn't want to be Sesame Street. Looking back at it now, I wish I had gone with his brother. I should have done what I didn't do, but anyway. But just want to say, Bruce, you have been an inspiration to me. You have taught me many things throughout life. I admire you immensely, and I'm very happy for you this day. Caroline, also want to welcome you to the Toews family. I'm also proud of you. It's been good to get to know you the last few years, and I just wish you guys God's greatest and richest blessings.
Do you guys know what Sesame Street is?
Oh, of course I know.
It's an American thing there. But anyhow, speaking about Sesame Street, seeing Bruce was on there, we actually have the clip. So we'll play that now. Hang on there, Mr. Headhunter. Okay, it's ready to go.
Oh my God.
That recess, and me and my friend went on the courses. So for a while, then we decided to go to the course. I didn't used to know that I was blind. It's just like keeping your eyes closed all the time. And that I didn't understand it. Now I know.
Can I take out your readers? Turn to page 135. Sylvia?
Once upon a time, an old gray fisherman lived in an old gray hut beside an open sea.
Would you like to continue from there?
I shall keep this mackerel and fry it for my own, for my dinner. The old man.
I raised my fingers. I put my fingers on some dots, and then I go over the dots and they're put in different ways. And then the way that they are, that's the letter.
It's time for some math review. Try to see if you can get the first row done in 5 minutes.
I add by using an abacus. Let's say the question was 2 plus 2. I put 2 beads down from the right row, and then I put another 2 beads down, and then I got 4. That's all I had. I come home from school on the bus. The bus takes me to our farm. I live on a farm in Manitoba. And play organ, that's an instrument. That's music. And I just think of some music, and I try playing it and see if I can remember it. My dog Lassie, he came to me as a puppy, and he's really very playful. I really like, I'd say playing with my cousin. My cousin, his brother had 3 sheep, and then they got lambs. One of the lambs is called Jumpy. I like to feed my rabbit. You can try something to see if you're blind. Just close your eyes all the time, and you figure out what it means to be blind. It's just like you couldn't see a thing, or having your eyes closed like you're sleeping, but you're not asleep.
Is there some more? This mic is still on.
Oh, absolutely.
Your friends would like to come up and do that.
I know.
I was in Bruce's organ class. When you were, I don't know, you said you were in grade 4, you were playing organ. I'm what, 3, 4 years older than you? So maybe I was in grade 7, 8. Who would have thought that Oh, Bruce, you know it's me?
Yeah.
It's Leona. Who would have thought that this blind boy who would come into his organ class with his tape recorder? What a privilege. I've also been privileged to spend some time with Bruce alone. I was married into this family 26 years ago, and it was a very quick courtship, so I didn't really know the family very well. I was very It was April when we got married, when I met the family, and in June, you were at Otterburn Bible School, and I was asked to go pick you up, I'm guessing because the guys were on the field. And when I picked you up, on the way home, this family is very, very good storytellers. They're a bunch of very good storytellers. Very convincing.
Especially Brian, very convincing.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. And you're the strongest one in that talent. On the way home, and I'm not a storyteller, I'm quite the opposite, so when we were going home, Bruce was telling me how everybody in his family let him drive. His brothers let him drive, his dad let him drive, and maybe you can let me drive.
It was true.
Being the naive, trying to fit into the family, being nice, thought I wanted to be. I kind of believed him. And I let Bruce go behind the wheel. And wait. We did stay on the road. And we drove onto the yard. And I only found out 3 years later that that was a bad idea. I'm thinking, Caroline, after 9 years, you can know Bruce a little bit better than what I did.
Well, no, I know the drive too.
Are you serious? Okay, so I wasn't so bad.
She actually asks me every time we get it.
Yeah, Rhonda will never let me drive her car. Someday I'm gonna do it.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family, Caroline. You've got an awesome man there. And Dad would say that now he's got his 4th daughter.
Aww.
Here comes John.
My name is John Evans. I worked with Bruce for 4 years at the Department of Education. And it was a great privilege to meet him because first time I came into the office, we started at the same time, I didn't know who he was. But this giant of a man walking quietly down the hallway, I followed him, we went to the same office, and all of a sudden I realized, hey, we're together. So I would get him water in the morning, ask what I was doing, we'd talk a little bit here and there. And then time went on, we had different escapades together, I guess we could call it. Lots of laughter. But I moved out of the office a little while ago and went to another branch. And I'm doing similar things, but I don't get in contact with Bruce as much as I used to. Unbeknownst to me, Bruce has been working on and off days, and into the office some days, working at home. And one morning I get a call, 7:35 in the morning. John, it's Bruce. Did they change the computers? Did they change the passwords? My computer won't work. And I looked at all the things that were going on, a whole bunch of updates had happened in our office, and I said, Bruce, I don't think so. Let me just check. I'll phone the help desk and see what I can do. About 6 or 7 minutes later, the phone rings again. Hi, John, it's Bruce. Everything's okay. I took the wrong turn. I'm in somebody else's cubicle.
So that's when, right then and there, I said, Bruce, do you know you're getting married? He says, yes, I believe that's what it is. All discombobulated. So Caroline and I met when she came into the office a couple of times, and unbeknownst to me, both of these guys are on Twitter, and I've been on Twitter for years. And so, Caroline, I have a question for you. Now that you're married, are you going to become Techno-Tola? Or is Bruce going to become Bruce Lass? Because Caroline is Techno-Lass, and Bruce is Bruce Tola. So I don't know, now that they're married together, how are they going to manage these two Twitter handles together? Are you going to combine them, or are they still going to be separate to maintain your own identity?
We're going to maintain our own identities, although I will be changing my screen name to Toews.
All right, that's awesome. I wish you guys ultimate happiness. I wish you God's blessings as well. And I know that it's a privilege to be here, a privilege to come up here and tell some stories about Bruce and make him feel bad. But I know it was all about the fact that he was getting married and he was really, really worried about what was going to happen. The driving story, Mrs. Toews, he did tell me the driving story a couple of times, and he did say that I think it would have given my mother a heart attack if she knew what happened. So I'm surprised you're sitting there, and all along you probably knew it all was going on all the time. Mothers know everything. All right, thank you.
There's someone else. Here comes Rodney Dangerfield.
No respect, no respect.
None.
Okay, I am Rodney's son. I am Bruce's current roommate, and I've known him, Bruce, since freshman year of Bible college, which would have been back in '88. Yeah, it's been interesting, this journey with Bruce, watching him go through this process, and he's been earlier this year, so back in February, so I said, oh, funny. In 3 months, I'm going to be married. Can you imagine that? It's okay, yeah. And then 8 weeks, I'll be Mr. Toews. And every week later, 7 weeks, 6 weeks, I was like, after a while, it's all quiet already. But earlier this week was like, holy cow! In 4 days, I'm going to be married. Can you imagine that? Wow! So it's been interesting watching you progress through this, Bruce, and it's been a privilege. Just wanted to share some of the stories and escapades that we have had. Now, I can't drive, Bruce can't drive for obvious reasons, so sometimes when we want to get away, we got to do different things. We resorted for a while to take these little casino junkets to these native casinos they have down in Minnesota quite often. It's interesting, the first time we went there, Bruce had no idea what he was getting into. I kind of scoped out the place, and I was having some fun, a little bit of success. I came back to the hotel room where I told him, okay, I'll come check it out, right? I put him down at this slot machine, it's a quarter machine, and he just put your money in. I told him about the different buttons. I'll go over to this area where I was playing, I had some fun. Okay, I'll check up on you in a little bit, right? So I come back, 20 minutes later, $20 in the and see Bruce, he's got a complimentary Coke in his hand. He's got this massive bucket of quarters. Oh man, I can't even beat a blind man. What's wrong with this? But I did realize that this Caroline situation was serious. One time we were there, and Honey says, Rod, here's $20. Go away for a while. So that's serious. But Bruce, he's a diehard Mennonite, and we are known for being frugal. So for him to part with $20, you gotta know it's serious. It's always interesting. Me and Bruce have a great friendship. He feels very free to ask me for favors, and I regrettably sometimes willingly help him. One time, he asked me, Caroline had a situation where a previous apartment, she had been flooded out of her apartment, and she had lost some personal items. So Bruce asked me to take her down to a store and help her get some stuff. One of the things she needed was these lady razors or whatever, right? Okay, now I'm secure in my masculinity. And so I kind of fumble my way through the store, looking up and down the aisles. Go down the aisle with all these ladies' products that I, to this day, don't even understand what they're all about. But anyway, so, and I think Caroline was deliberately torturing me. Because, okay,
Never!
Here's all these items, and okay, what do we got here? Describe this one. And she's going, having to go up and down the row, describing each and one of these lady razors. Oh man. Whew. That was definitely a humbling experience for me. Another time, now you have to understand, Caroline's a diehard, what is it, knitter or crochet, yeah. She does that thing. She was making a blanket for a friend of hers who was having a child. She needed to get this particular yarn she wanted, right? The exact same color, because she was running low. So I took her to the Walmart, and we're looking at this. And now I too am visually impaired. I'm not blind, but visually impaired. So I'm trying to compare the color. I find the right color, but she wanted the baby yarn, whatever that is. She says because it's softer for the babies. Whatever. But no, it had to be baby yarn. I went through every roll of yarn in that bloody bin. I tell you.
They're called skeins, actually.
Like I care. Just a moment. I've got a lot of stories about Bruce, but I try to keep it to a minimum. Now, Caroline, I do want to give you some operating instructions for Bruce. This should make it a bit easier for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in my experience, Bruce sometimes gets a bit nasty if he's for a while there, he had to do some fasting for some medical tests or something, right? So he got really snarly with me when I was eating other food he had to do without. So what I discovered, or concluded the next time this happened, he asked, what are you making? I said, liverwurst. Do you want some? No. So that's my advice to you. If you ever don't want to feed him, just tell him you're having liverwurst. No matter what you actually have, tell him it's liverwurst. Gets you off the hook every time. I've been using it for years. Yeah. And also, now that you're starting married life, you've got to be careful about what you do for the next 2 weeks. Because when we became roommates some 20-some years ago, we moved into this apartment, and after a day or two, I took the initiative and I did dishes. And Bruce says, you know what, you're really good at that. Maybe that should be your household chore. A week goes by, I get to replenish my laundry, so I do laundry. Bruce says, you know what, you're really good at laundry. Maybe that should be your household chore. After about 3 or 4 things, I'm discovering there's a pattern here. Hold on there, Bubba Louie. You're going to have to do some of the load too. So my caution to you, Caroline, be careful what he ropes you into doing. But Bruce does have a very generous spirit, undoubtedly. Like he's always saying, Rodney, I want to buy you dinner today, or order in lunch. And sometimes we go to a restaurant. It was kind of our tradition a while ago. And we went for breakfast one day at the hotel right near our place, and we have our meal, and Bruce pays for it, and said, you know what, we got a cute waitress, I'm going to tip. And Bruce said, oh, okay. And he asked, how much are you leaving? I said whatever it was. And of course, he ups me. Now we got this little game of one-up. That waitress got more than the value of the meal. That's just in Bruce's giving nature. It's just wonderful to see that at work. But it also gets you in trouble. I remember back in, I think it was 2003, we went to Las Vegas, and there's this ride at the Stratosphere Hotel called the big shot. I hadn't anticipated doing this, but Bruce says, you know what, I'll pay for the ticket for this, right? We get up there and discovered it's kind of like a bungee catapult where you're strapped in this seat and this bungee is pulled taut and then you're let go and you're flung up into space and you bounce around. When I discovered this and tell Bruce about this, he says, you know what, Rod, I paid for this. I don't have to go, but you didn't pay for it. You do have to go. Okay. Luckily, I survived that experience, but it was good. Okay. Another amusing incident. I was having my family over for a little barbecue one year, a number of years ago, and my sister asked me, you know, Tyler, her youngest son, was 3 years old and had chickenpox. Check with Bruce if he's had. Now, I've had chickenpox, and every child I've known has had chickenpox, and to my understanding, you get it once in your life and then you're done. I assume that Bruce had chickenpox, so didn't think anything of it. The following weekend, we're getting ready to go on this little casino junket again, and we're in the restaurant with the bus people eating a burger or whatever, and Bruce says, man, have I been itching? And he sees his marks on his forehead. It's like, oh man. Oops. I explained to Bruce what happened. He was very gracious with me, but he said, you know, when Tyler gets older, I want a letter of apology from him. He's got to mail one to me. You know what, Bruce? A few years ago, I reminded Tyler of that story and told him to mail you a letter of apology. He told me to pass along this message. Give it a rest. It ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
But yeah, I want to say that Bruce is probably the greatest guy I know, a tremendous man of faith. And it's great. Carolyn, I don't think you could do any better than Bruce. And so he deserves the best, and I want to pass that along to you too. That is now your responsibility to be the best that he needs. Okay, God bless you, Bruce. You are the best. You do deserve the best. God's richest blessings. Thank you.
Thanks, Rod. Someone else. Here comes Stash.
Hi, my name is Natasha. I am Bruce's niece. I'd say favorite niece, but I get chewed out for that later, so I didn't actually have a whole lot prepared, but last night I was told that I was the reason why we're having a mic. There was a page on the internet opened, and I had commented, this is for their wedding.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, and I had commented asking if there was going to be an open mic, and Uncle Bruce replied saying, well, if you're asking, then we definitely should not have an open mic. That being said, I don't really have anything negative or funny stories to tell about Uncle Bruce. But I do know that whenever I think of him, I think of his funny stories, his unique interpretation of the Three Little Pigs stories, the way he can take a popular song and totally change it and put his own words to it and make it even more exciting. And when I think of Uncle Bruce, I think of this kind, gentle man who is always smiling, always happy. And when I think about the woman that he is going to marry, thank you. I imagine her to be just the way Caroline is. I've met her a couple of times, and she's always been so sweet and so funny, just totally joins in on the humor. And Caroline, you fit perfectly into the family. I just wanted to welcome you personally. Yes.
Thanks, Amanda. Someone else.
Anybody that needs to catch a bus?
Like in chirping in the ditches and stuff like that. Yeah, I told them, if the frogs make such a weird noise and they aren't ashamed of it, why should you be ashamed of what you're going to do or be relaxed as you're singing? So, yeah, my father had a unique way with Bruce.
Okay, just wait a little bit, guys. Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
Don't cut yourselves.
We wouldn't do it. Okay. Tell them on 3. How do you want to cut? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
We're on the cutting edge.
I'll get you some places here. Okay, yeah, because then I have to feed him, and he has to feed me.
So, Carolyn, should we walk around that here?
Yeah, there are cupcakes.
Yeah, so there's some cupcakes on this table. Let's make our way around and maybe grab a cup of coffee, have some sweets. Pardon?
Thank you.
And my mother made some cinnamon pie, which everybody knows about.
I'll just take a piece off the cake here now. People can hear you.
I totally understand the truth. I mean,
Where's your shirt? His microphone
Carolyn's I've actually forgotten to back there. I drove up this morning and I've got to head back. I'm just very close.
Thanks so much.
Just want to head back and just wonderful.
You take care of it.
We're going to take a picture with Caroline.
Caroline, you can stay here. They'll just come around behind you.
We'll come around.
You two just
Okay.
sit there and look beautiful.
The cake, you should get his name. Yeah, good idea.
Caroline, you
Maybe Caroline, we can do one of us together. Yeah, right.
No, I am 50.
Oh!
I'm there.
You have another year to go before you.
No, I'm 40 this year. Yep. Your baby is turning 40. Okay, Brian. Brian.
Yes, please.
Drive safely. Nice to meet you guys. Okay, where's the microphone?
Anyway.
Hang on a second.
Oh, I need that.
Just talk to it.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet
You
you.
get some Toews?
Thank you so much.
You guys are nice.
We're going to start the process fairly soon after the meeting.
Okay. Are you guys going over the road or are you gonna hold off?
We're going to stay here playing. Not in the church.
No, we got a nice I got off work, so.
Okay. And you're looking for a job over here?
Probably once I get much there, you can hear what's on there.
It sure is. Cinnamon pie.
Are you going to feed each other first?
Yes. But I got before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but we don't want to share the same fork.
Oh, God, that's fun. Oh, wait.
I'll pass on it today.
No, not all say thank you.
It's going to be a lot funnier. It's going to be a lot funnier with what I'm being on.
Well, should I do Bruce first?
Sure. Okay. You want to do each other at the same time? You want to try that?
I think it'd be easier if we do it separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so. I'm glad you shaved.
She's reading it nicely.
Alright, now Bruce's turn. And I bet he got another 4. He has a 4. Okay.
Almost as the
And I bet mine will be better than his.
Maybe on purpose.
Union of your spirits here is caused it to remain.
Yeah, I want some cinnamon pie too.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
No, they're gonna get a lifetime. Aww. She gave it to me.
Right, I guess I'm not a liar. He did that story so wrong.
Here's the board I
and a woman leave
I'm having
they shall travel on to where to dream. As it was in the beginning, is now to the well, then what's to be the reason for becoming man of mine? Is it love that brings you here, or love that brings you home? If loving is the answer, and who's the giver? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before? Or there's
Oh, I love it. Both punch and
more the marriage of your spirits here has caused